Well, hello everyone. Now that I've finally seen it, which a lot of people have due to number of circumstances I will be addressing here, here, I still find it to be quite enjoyable. So, one thing I will say that I recommend seeing it if you haven't. So let's talk about how the Robbie Williams biopic Better Man. So, let's begin. The movie, which is named for the song of the same name, is a fictionalized account of the a life and fame of British singer Robbie Williams, growing up in Stoke-on-Trent early 1980s to first being discovered, heard at age 15, to his meteoric rise to superstardom. Um, the major change that helps it make it unique among the many music biopics there have been. Not only does Williams play himself, he does so as a CGI chimpanzee, which admittedly he he is a unique one. Actually, is intrinsic to the story, and also is consistent with his other music as well. And I definitely that's what drew me towards it. And one of the reasons why I wasn't able to talk about it sooner was that it never really came to my area, uh, and also not help that on top of Williams having a cult following here in the States, I will concede might not have the same universal appeal as the likes of Queen or Elton John or Bob Marley. And also not help that the US premiere was also cancelled due to the recent LA wildfires, with the proceeds that would have funded from that being donated to relief efforts instead. It did receive an award nomination for its visual effects, and even though it didn't win, Doom Part 2, the actual winner was no lightweight. But I would say it deserves nomination, and just how it definitely is visually impressive, not just in that one main effect, like how I really like all the shots they go through here, especially a when they tie that into some of his songs, where the Come Undone sequence, where it feels like he has trouble getting his car started first, and not only do we transition through as he puts the life in his boy band career, take that in the little rearview mirror. He's also going at nearly 100 kilometers an hour, or during a rainy road, and also during the Let Me Entertain You sequence where he sees more and more visions of his past self, and it culminates a whole big battle sequence, and there's not a whole lot of violence besides that, apart from some rough footy in an alley during the early scene. And it's mostly a lot of swearing, primarily of a very English variety, but it definitely feels a trinity. He he in that sense. And it definitely is one that can is worth your time. I'm in over 215 minutes to say the least. It definitely can stand up here with other nominees. He's in the VFX category, which also include Kingdom of the Apes. It is as good as the ape effects in that film, and even with the AI controversy, I still submit that as a whole, Romulus was quite stunning in its own right. That is basically the kind of headspace I've reached in this current cinematic climate. Where to show me something, not only show me things I have not seen before, but present things I have in new and unique ways, and seeing a digital chimpanzee interact with a lot of England and indeed the world, as a pop star, is indeed does indeed have a distinction. Though I was not a huge fan of Michael Gracey's previous film, The Greatest Showman, especially in terms of the creative license it took with P.T. Barnum's life story. It's especially in the case where it's not really any proof that Barnum and Jenny Lind ever met, let alone have an affair. Here, this one actually had a surprising, a hilarious, as wild, and oftentimes touching portrait of the singer, and even though Williams was not the first pop star to try their hand at acting, and certainly will not be the last. I certainly would not be against seeing him do more experiments like this, man. And even though it didn't really make back his $110 million budget, I still maintain it does not make it a bad film at all, man. I mean, even though some people are wondering who greenlit the hit like a 9-figure amount on what's basically an art house premise, I still give them credit for going this direction, whereas in, I have to say, fudge what the market's doing. I want to make something that's what I want to make the way I want to make it, man. That's always something I had to admire. And regardless of anything else about the movie itself, it's definitely much more easier to approve of if the movie itself is quite good. And I could honestly say that it's a much better musical to experience than whatever that one with Gascon was. I mean, I still maintain that documentary about the subject would have been more entertaining than the actual movie was, and it's not because of the culture or what it lost to the relatively safe Honora. Sorry, Bill. Overall, Better Man is definitely a film that is well worth your time, especially how Paramount Plus, which is how I've seen it now. I sincerely can say that if you missed it on the big screen like a lot of people probably did, you owe it to yourself to see it on the small one. And I'm glad I got to talk about this, and it won't be the only film I'll be addressing before I talk about the original Snow White as well as Wicked. Count on that. You'll just have to wait and see which ones I have in mind, though. That'll be all for now. I'll see you all again soon. Take care, everyone.